Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So a few months ago I did a video on a new cleaner coming out on the market made by Hayward. It's called the TracVac. Well, today we actually have one that I'm going to set up and show you what it looks like. All right, so here we go. This is the cleaner. Okay, so we have the leader hose that has two weights on it, which is different. Typically, most of these cleaners will come with one weight attached to the leader hose, but in this case, Hayward has two on the leader hose. So we have 12 section of hose, which should be plenty to cover a 40 by 20 swimming pool. And this pool is probably, what would you say, Stosh? Probably 30 by 15?
It looks to be about 30 by 15.
Which is plenty, but if you end up getting a cleaner like this or any other cleaner that has these connector hose, you can always get extra hoses to add to it so it can reach the distance that you need. All right, so let's see what else comes with this cleaner. We have all the instructions and warranty attachment, and then Hayward's quick start guide, which tells us how to connect the cleaner and check for the pressure that you would need in order for the cleaner to operate. So this is kind of what the quick start guide looks like, but we're gonna set it all up and make it a little bit easier for you, hopefully. All right, so let's take the cleaner out. The box, the fun stuff. Here's your owner's manual. I actually really like this this cleaner. I love the design of it and the look of it. So before we take the cleaner out, let's see what else is in the box. So we have a few connectors for the cleaner. So as you can see, we have another weight for the leader hose, which is pretty crazy because typically they only give you one, but in this case Hayward gave us 3 of them. And then we have, this is a hose clamp that would connect to the leader hose and one of the other hoses to test the suction on your on the hose to make sure the cleaner has enough suction. And then this is for your skimmer. If you don't have a dedicated line for the cleaner, this actual will go into your skimmer and you can plug in the hose here, and then you can adjust the skimming action and the suction to the hose. I'll show you real quick. So if you do have a skimmer where the cleaner is being connected to, this would go into the skimmer, and then you can adjust if you want more suction to the cleaner or still the skimmer. And then what happens, this little door opens up right here. So most people that don't have a dedicated suction line to their swimming pool, this pool has a dedicated suction line that we're going to plug in to the side of the wall right here. But if you have to connect it to a skimmer, then you would be using this, because this way the pool is still able to skim and the cleaner is able to work at the same time. All right, so let's see what the cleaner looks like. Dun, 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 dun. And here it is, the new vac track cleaner from Hayward. I actually really like this cleaner. It's probably about 9 inches in length. I love the tracks on these because they're nice and wide and thick compared to some of the other ones out there. And this is a great cleaner for a PebbleTech pool. If you have a PebbleTech finish, because then the PebbleTech doesn't chew up the tracks as easy. like some of the other cleaners. For a plaster pool, it would be great. But I love this cleaner. I love how the handle is just right here to take it out of the pool. But what I also love about this is the quick access to get inside. So if you had cleaners for your swimming pool, you probably already know there's a lot of screws that you have to take off just to get into the cleaner. This one you don't. There's a little button right here. You just press it in and it literally opens up. So if it gets clogged or something, you're able to just pull the top off and get to the guts of the cleaner. This is all gear driven, so less moving parts in a sense, right? You know, some of the cleaners on the market have a lot of moving parts, so when it comes time to fixing and replacing parts, you're looking at a lot. This is all that's set up in the cleaner right here. So this is a really cool cleaner from Hayward. Not a whole lot's out there yet, but I'm guessing probably by the summer there'll be a lot more. So you just put that in there and make sure this is lined up and then close it. Well, you want to make sure the back is in properly, like that. And that's it, right? Oh, probably easier if I set it down, but here we go. And that's it. So we're gonna set it up in the pool and show you how it runs, and you know, you'll get to see how it operates a little bit. All right. You can cut. All right, so we're gonna set up the cleaner. So a few things on setting the cleaner up in a pool. What you're gonna do is, if you're going into the skimmer or a dedicated suction line on the side of the pool, what you would do is plug in the hose, because now we want to get the length to the pool, and then go ahead and connect all the hoses together, including the leader hose. I would start with the leader hose and then start connecting sections, right? But what we're gonna do, actually we'll leave the leader hose for last. You just go ahead and plug them in like this. And then what we'll do is, wherever we're connecting to, we will leave this hose there and then start connecting and go to the farthest point of the swimming pool, wherever the farthest point of your pool is, because every pool is different. And what you're trying to do is get an idea of how far the cleaner is going to have to go. So you would set up as many hoses as you need until you get to that point. And then once you get to that point, you'll add one extra hose, all right, to that. And then we would connect the leader hose onto the cleaner. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Right, Sash?
Yep.
So let's see. How many hoses we have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
How many hoses do you think a 30 by 15 pool would need?
Probably 9 or 10. You know. So most of the times you will not end up using most of the hoses. So you'll have a couple to put away for the future in case one of them gets a hole or break or something, right? And then you can always add an extra hose. But I love that they're doing this dark gray, because it just looks nice and clean in the pool, you know? So on this pool, we're actually connecting to a dedicated suction line, which is on the side of the pool. And it's literally right here. So what I'm going to do is actually plug the hose in. But if you're gonna do this, make sure you turn off your pool equipment, because that dedicated line will have a trap door that you need to open. So go ahead and shut the pool off, get everything set up, and then once it's all plugged in and set up, then you can turn the pool back on. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Stop the video. All right, so I just turned off the pool equipment, so there's no suction. I'm gonna go ahead and plug the hose into the dedicated suction line, which is right here on the side of the pool. There's a little door that you would open, and you might need like a little screwdriver or something to just to pry the door a little, because sometimes it gets stuck from the suction. Okay. I have it open. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my hose. This is the end that you're plugging in. All right, hose is plugged in. Now we're gonna go ahead and stretch the hose out to the farthest part of the pool and see how much more we need. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stretch this out and see if we have the right lengths and add any more hoses that we need. And then go from there. So I think since we're here, the farthest point will be to that side of the pool, right? So I'm gonna walk it over there. All right, so we're already there. So let's say we're there and we have the one extra hose. So what I'm gonna do is actually take this hose off and connect the leader hose, because the leader hose will act as the extra hose that we need to add once we meet the farthest part of it. I'm gonna leave that, grab the leader hose and the cleaner. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in now. And remember, the leader hose have this little gray coupling on it, right? That'll literally plug on to the cleaner like that. Now all I have to do is connect this end to the other part of the hose. So what you want to do is kind of put the cleaner in the pool first. Just get the air bubbles out. So actually, are you able to see this?
Yes, you are.
Okay, perfect. So air bubbles are out. And now I'm going to connect this part of it.
And then it'll slowly sink to the bottom.
Slowly sink to the bottom. Now we have a lot of air in the hose, so what we can do is actually fill the hose up with water or turn the system back on and bleed out the air out of the system, right? And then get the cleaner going. Once the cleaner is going, then we can make the finer adjustments on how fast or, you know, how slow we want it to go. But if you want, also what you can do is test the suction on the other side of the cleaner. I will show you real quick. So Hayward gives us this little clip right here that would go on the hose. And then let's say this is your leader hose, right? We would connect, that's connected. We would go ahead and put it on like this. In fact, I'm gonna do it on that end just so you have a better idea, okay? So instead, before you connect the cleaner, you can test the suction, but most of the time, you really don't need to, unless the equipment is super far away or you don't have a pump that's strong enough, okay? So this just connects on here like this, and you bend the hose, the leader hose connects here, and then you take this device and plug it into the leader hose. And then you turn the equipment on, and what you're trying to look for is there's a spring with a little I don't know what you want to call this, but anyway, what you're looking for is this. Once the suction starts, it'll actually pull this down, and you want the yellow thingy to get in between here, and that's how you know you have good suction for the cleaner. Okay, you can use this if you want to test it, but we already know we're going to be good, so we're going to go ahead and connect the cleaner back and then turn it back on, the system back on. air out, connect the leader hose, and then just let it go to the bottom of the pool. Now, if you have a skimmer and a dedicated suction line, what you will need to do is adjust your valve so you have suction to the cleaner and the skimmer, right? But you want to have more suction to the cleaner and then just a little bit, you know, maybe 70-30. This way the skimmer is still pulling whatever it needs to off the top of the pool. And if the cleaner is moving too fast, that's how you would make your adjustments on the speed of the cleaner, right? So I'm gonna go turn it back on, be right back. You can, yep, shoot around the pool.
Okay.
You can see it.
Here you could see the pool cleaner connected to over here, right over to where the line is. That's where we connected it. Set up nicely. We go all the way around the pool. You could already see it starting to move. That means that the suction is very good. And if it's not, you would obviously test it.
So on this particular pool, we have 3 suction points. We're pulling from the main drain, the skimmer, and the dedicated suction line. So what we want to do is actually turn off the main drain suction because we don't want the cleaner getting stuck on the main drain. And we'll just utilize the skimmer and the dedicated suction line, right? You don't need the suction from the main drain anymore if you have a suction cleaner that's creeping around every day to suck up all the dirt. So I always go ahead and turn those off. So what I'm going to do is actually open the skimmer lid, and then I'm going to be going back and forth, keep adjusting the valve until I get the right suction that I need. So right now I have no suction to the skimmer, so I'm going to go ahead, adjust the valves, be right back. Alright, so you can see our cleaner is kind of running around on the bottom of the pool. It's doing 360s right now, and we have plenty of suction to the skimmer. So I'm going to keep going back and forth and adjusting that valve until I have the right amount of suction to the cleaner and the skimmer. Okay? So, as you can you see the cleaner moving? Perfect. And that's actually a pretty good speed, actually. We don't want it running out of the pool where it's climbing up to the walls and sucking air. I always say to set up the cleaner to where it goes up the wall about halfway and then turns and comes back down, right? Because cleaners that climb out of the pool and they start sucking air just means your pool equipment have to start pushing the air back out, and then your pump loses prime. Okay? So. All right, so we did the final adjustments, and then now we're just gonna hang out and take a look at the cleaner and make sure it does have the right amount of suctions, okay? So you can see the skimmer, it's moving water, right? That's kind of what we want. And then you can see the cleaner is moving nice and steady. It's not running too fast or too slow. And that's what we want, right? And the dedicated suction line, which is nice because the hose is in there. And I love how the hose kind of just blends with this pool. It looks really good. And I love the design of that cleaner. I actually really like this cleaner, guys. I have another pool that we have it in, and it's a pool that's not screened in, that gets quite a bit of leaves and twigs and things, and it actually does a really good job in picking it up. Some of the bigger twigs will get stuck every so often in like the tracks, but if you're getting a lot of twigs and things in your pool, you still need to come out and net those out, no matter which cleaner you have. You know, these cleaners are meant to really pick up some leaves, but mostly dirt and stuff like that, right? Keeps the bottom of the pool clean and you don't have to worry about it. This is a nice large pool. If you have a pool this big, the idea is not for the cleaner to clean the entire pool in one day, but throughout the entire week, it keeps the pool clean, right? You still need to come out and brush the walls and steps, but at least better circulation, and you'll have better, much clearer water. Better circulation, clearer water means less algae and less fighting the pool all the time. And you can see how nice and steady the cleaner is moving. And it looks good in the pool, right, Sash?
It looks really nice, and with the gray hose, it blends in really beautifully.
Yeah, especially with this finish of swimming pool. Yeah, and I love how wide the tracks are on this thing. But anyway, so just wanted to shoot this little video with the new Hayward TracVac cleaner. Hopefully this helps. If it did, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe. We're gonna do another video on Jandy, not Jandy, but Polaris just launched their new cleaner last year also. And I know the season is coming up, so everybody's gonna be looking for new cleaners for the year. Polaris new cleaner is called the Atlas. So I'm gonna do a video, the next video is about the Atlas and the MX8, which they're very similar cleaners because they're made by the same company. Just Phaledra owns Jandy and owns Polaris. All right, so thanks for watching, and until the next video.